Morning, morning, morning. Morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depending on when you're watching this video. Might be a little dark. It's early here. It's early here. It's like 5. This is 5:40 Eastern Standard Time. Oh my goodness, my nose itching. I figured I'd come on and chat a little bit. You see the title of the video. And I was thinking, not necessarily about the war, like God's war, good and evil, good spirits versus demonic spirits, because all that exists, right? But I was also thinking about like a winning franchise, like God's winning franchise. Anytime you have a good franchise, like speaking of like whether it's a football team, a baseball team, like we all know about the New York, even though you see the hat, but even though they won the World Series, for the most part, the Yankees, everybody knows about the Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers, talking about baseball, talking about football. Talking about football, we talk about Dallas, of course, Dallas, I'm a Dallas fan, Dallas, Pittsburgh Steelers, the Patriots, Kansas City Chiefs, and I can go out, well, I'm not really a soccer fan, but basketball, the Lakers, the Celtics, who else? Lakers, the Celtics, Detroit, the Pistons, but anyway, you get what I'm saying. A winning franchise, right? So when you talk about, when you want to talk about like God as a franchise, God doing a winning franchise, God wants us to be a replica of the goodness of Him, how good He is, how good God is, and let that be a reflection of how not only how we act with each other, but how we sing, how we help our fellow man, how we treat our fellow man. Because the way, if you look at the world, and we all go through stuff, but if you look at the world, look at the way, I live in the United States. I don't know where you're watching from, but if you live in the United States, and you look at the way the world is and how people react with each other, and for the most part, we got some good people out here, but for the most part, you look at how we treat each other in the world, and you would think that people don't believe, you would think that, and if you look at the churches are filled, most for the most part, they have more. Where I live at, they have more almost every corner. On every corner, and so you would think that, and we gather together on certain days to worship, to praise God, and come out so different ball game where we treat our fellow man. I know I said it the other day, but I'm saying it again. It's on my heart to say that I think we're losing. People of God, we know God gonna win in the end, but people have to come together. People have to come together and be a reflection. Be part of a winning franchise, like I said. Be part of a winning franchise, and anytime you go to a fast food spot that's known for you can say McDonald's. Talk about food now, I'm kind of hungry. Still early in the morning, so I'm hungry, right? But yeah, anytime you go to somewhere that's known, we have a place called Big John's, right? Big John's Eatery, and anytime you go there, every time I go there, the same service, same great customer service, the same great food, and so he's known for that. He's known for that. So when I look at the people of God, when people look at the people of God, you expect a certain thing. You expect way, the way they act, the way they look, how they treat certain people, not certain people, how they treat people. But you look for that. And in today's time, we really don't see that. We really don't see that. And in some cases, you can't tell. We can't tell the people that believe and people that are in the streets. You know, we can't tell the people that believe from the people in the streets by how we treat one another. And I'm putting myself in the mix too. I'm not excluding myself by how we treat one another. So that's something that was on my heart today to come on and share and say, you know, be a part. I encourage you, be a part of God's winning franchise. I'm looking at we got Hooks here. Looking at Hooks. Hooks is a great spot, a great seafood spot here in South Florida. But and they known for, like I say, they're known for something. You're known when you have something good, you have a good product. And I'm using that analogy because, anytime you have a good product, and you know what the good product is, you go there for it. You expect a certain service, expect a certain type of food. Traffic is bad, but this type of food you're eating, or you're going to eat, or when you're going to purchase some clothes or a jersey or whatever you're going to purchase. Anytime you're going to purchase something or get something, you expect from the name brand. Like Nike is a great name brand to use, but anytime you have a name brand or a name, you expect a certain thing, certain service, a certain product. So, as a believer, as a child of God, not only should you demand something, we should demand something from ourselves. If we're going to say that we're children of God, we should be a certain product for people to see. People should be able to look at us, and know and feel by their interaction with us. They should be able to know and feel that we're a child of the Most High. So, I know it's hard. I know it's hard. It's extremely hard. People try to push your button sometimes. People will push your button sometimes because they know you're a child of God. They want to push your buttons. They want to see if you get a reaction out of you. But you can't let them get a reaction out of you. You can't let them get a reaction out of you. You gotta go in your prayer box daily, every morning before you get up, before you step out. That's some advice that I use myself. But when you get up before you step out, before you go out, go in your prayer box. Go in your prayer box. Pray, talk to God, and tell him, hey, I'm going out in these streets. I'm going out in these worldly streets. I gotta go to work. I gotta run some errands. Whatever you gotta do, you're going out in the streets. That's gotta cover you. That's gotta touch your mind. Because when you're dealing with people, they try to push your button sometimes. You got to wait for this guy. You got to push your button sometimes, and you have to know how to deal with that. And that's got to help you deal with that, because it's hard to do. What was that? It's hard to do. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I want to come on, and is he back? I'm looking at this place, food truck, my cousin's food truck. But I don't know, I guess he was parking it there. But yeah, my cousin's food truck's right there. And I was checking it out. But he actually, anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I want to come on and share that and say that, a winning franchise. You name them, Miami Heat. You think about it. You think about them. You can name them, rattle them off yourself, but are you a product? Ask yourself that. You don't have to answer it here, but ask yourself that. Are you a part of, and can people see that you're a part of God's winning franchise? Are you helping God? Are you helping God build a winning franchise? By how people see you? People say, well, I can't really say how people see you, but you know, people know. If you're in darkness, it's like now it's dark. If you're in darkness and you come to a light, you know light when you see it. You know light when you see it. See how dark it is? It's dark over there. It's dark behind me. But you know light when you see it. And that's how the same thing when people see you as God's child. I'm stop for a second. It's a big raccoon. But people know that you're God's child when they see you. People can tell. People can tell you're doing a Ronald Miller scheme too. That's funny. If you ever seen Can't Buy Me Love, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't never seen that movie, then you probably won't know. But yeah, people know you're doing a Ronald Miller scheme. You know, you're going to service and playing service, and that's part of the problem too. Part of the problem. And I'm not speaking in a negative aspect. I speak the aspect of one of the reasons why, and what I still hear, why people don't actually go to service, and don't take God's message of God's people seriously, because of how they treat certain people. And you can't. I said it before. You can't judge somebody by the situation they're in, by how they live, about their finances, their financial, how much money they got, or where they live. You can't judge God's people like that. You can't judge God's people like that. So you can try, but yeah, that's all I have really. I want to come on and say that, share that. Time is, let me see what time it is before I get off of here. Oh, I got time. So let me sit down for a second. But yeah, that's the deal. Like, if you think about that, think about it, and let that marinate. Let it marinate in your mind, in your head, then you know that, you have to know and appreciate that and know that, ask yourself, are you trying to be part of God's winning franchise? Are you trying to be part of God's winning franchise? Like I said, we got good and evil, good spirits, bad spirits, you name it. And you fight with those, see those, you can see them. In some cases, you can see it. You can see it. Right? Yeah. In some cases, you can see it and know it. Oh my. Well, it's not in service. But yeah, get your daily walking in. Stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. Like I always say, talk to God daily. Early in the morning when you get up, before you go to bed. From a relationship, like I said, anytime you want to have a relationship with somebody, whether it's a spiritual, in the spiritual sense with God, or it's in the physical with a person, Relationships start by communication. Communication. So talk to God. Talk to God. Talk to God daily. Form a relationship with Him. Because whether you know it or not, in the spiritual sense, we're at war. We're at war. You have to know that. And it's not going to get any easy. It's not going to get any better if people of God don't stand up. People of God got to stand up. People of God got to not only stay prayed up, but start pouring their salt and spreading their salt on the world we live in. If not, we're in trouble. Pouring their salt. The minister talked about that Sunday, but pouring their salt. Anytime you want to season food, or you in a hospital, your food is bland, right? They don't put a lot of salt in your food when you're in the hospital. So you have to, people of God have to be the salt of the earth. The salt of the earth, and give a little flavor to the world we live in. Because right now it's bland. Right now it's bland. Right now it's real bland. And people of God, the children of God, if they so choose to, can make it better. But it's a choice, it's a choice. Like I said, greed plays a big part. Greed plays a big part. Greed plays a big part in how the world is shaped and how people are shaped, molded, and their thoughts behind what they do and how they treat their fellow man. Greed plays a part in that. But if you know what you know, then you won't let that stop you from. If you claim to be, or profess to be a child of a, and like I say, some things you can't hide. Like I said a while back. When people see you, see how you look, they know who your mother. If they know your parents, they know who your mother and father is. They can tell by how you look. People can see you and look at you and know whether it's one or the other. Could be both, or it could be one or the other. They know who your parents are. They say they ain't look just like your dad. They ain't look just like your mom, and you can't hide it. You can't do nothing about it. They can see it. So it's the same thing with the Most High. Like, people need to see, people need to know that you are a child of the Most High, that you are a child of God. Hey, good morning, welcome to the live. And people can't see that and know that by not only by how you look and how you move. I know something wrong. But how you know and how you move is kind of cold. But how you know and how you move, but how you treat them. And you professing to be a child of God, then people should be able to see it. People should know it without you saying it. People should know something about him, something about her. I want some of that. How can I get some of that? How can I get some of that? And like I said, instead of being a repellent for people, be a light for others to follow that are in the darkness. Be a light for others to follow that are in the darkness. Because people need light. Like, it's dark here. If I ain't having light, I couldn't see. I wouldn't be able to see. It was a sprinkler. But I wouldn't be able to see if it was with no light here. I wouldn't be able to see. I wouldn't even know where I know I'm going. That's just because I know. But what if I didn't know? You understand what I'm saying? I know where I'm going. I guess I can go in the dark, but I don't want to. You can't tell right now. But this is not a nice area I'm in. It's okay, but I wouldn't want to walk through here in the dark. You know what I mean? So, you know, they got the sprinklers on. We don't want to get all wet up. But yeah, like I said, you know, good morning. Hi, I said hi already. But yeah, you know, be a light. I'm leaning with that. Be a light. Be a light. Don't be a repellent. And I love that analogy. Like I said before, I'm in South Florida. And we have a lot of mosquitoes here. And I love using that example. That example because, you know, it's true. You know, mosquitoes will eat you up. You gotta get some spray. Spray on your arms and your legs, but Skin Soft works real good with mosquitoes. But anyway, you know, you have to get some on your legs and on your arms so the mosquitoes won't eat you up. Because they will eat you up. And so that's what I mean. That's what I say when I use the word, when I say repellent and spray. I'm talking about, you know, being don't be a repellent to push people away. Be a light for others to follow. So that's my spiel for this morning. You know, have a great blessed day. You know, like I said, stay prayed up because the world is full of people that are trying to push your buttons because they know you're a child of God. They're trying to push your buttons to get a reaction out of you. It's not necessarily them. It's not them. You know, they're being used. So don't let people get used to provoke you from getting out of character and changing who you are, and whose family you belong to. But like I said, be a part of a winning franchise. Be a builder of a winning franchise, and let people know that who you are, and let them see it. You don't gotta say it. Let them see it by how you treat them, and how you move, and that's all I got. So be safe, be blessed. God would say, tell somebody love them because you never know when you're gonna go. You never know when they're gonna go. Kiss the ones you love. You never know when you kiss them again. And hold on, like I said, a kind word. One more time, because you didn't hear me. A kind word and a kind gesture can go a long way. It can go a long way. And you'll be surprised how a kind word or kind gesture can change somebody's life, because we all are going through something. You know, people, you won't know it. That's why some people are angry. Some people are bitter. People are hurting. And we all go through something. So I say that to say, a kind word kind of can go a long way. And you'll be surprised how that kind word or that kind just can change somebody's life. And I'm not talking about people in your family. I'm talking about people that don't know you. Say a kind word or do a kind gesture to somebody, and you'll be surprised how it changes your life. With that being said, y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. I'll be seeing you. I'm out. Peace.